Brain, think. Think, think, think. Hey, the audition tape is due today. I haven't even written a single word. Can you come in here, please? Thanks. Listen, this sucks. I won't be part of the show because I cannot come up with one stupid monologue. It's only 2 minutes. Okay, I can do this. I just need to focus, think. Who am I kidding? You know me. I'm not a writer. Besides, the theme is very confusing. It's homecoming or coming home? Home. How do I write about home when I don't know where home is? We have changed a few houses together, right? But I never felt very attached to any one of them. This house, I like it, and we're trying to make it an amazing home for our kids. But doesn't feel like home. For me, home is where I grew up. The ancestral place where my grandparents lived, where the whole family gathered. Home was smelling mustard fish and kebab for dinner, playing hide and seek with my sisters and my cousins, watching stars with Dad at night, and lying down next to Mom. So much has changed now. As much as I want to go back to that home, I can't. So then, what should I write about?
It's so good to be with you. You kept texting me, but I wanted to meet you in person and share the real story. What happened on the cold mountain changed my perspective. It started out great. I made it to the base camp well within the time with my group. And the next morning was the summit bid. Oh my God, the sheer magnitude of that mountain started shrinking my confidence. Yet, I made the summit push, and there I was, on the summit. I know, it's not even a minor accomplishment in the climbing community. But for me, it was so huge, because I had actually summited my self-doubt. I had done it, my very first summit. But after all that victory celebration was the tough descent. All of us were slipping and falling, and I felt real bad, landing on an ice axe. A wave of pain shot through my arm like never felt before. And my hand immediately lost all its strength. I couldn't even hold the rope for safe descent. I still had thousands of feet to descend and almost 30 hours before I got any medical attention. But you know, the worst part was, there were people who had judgments about my speed despite this painful accident, making me think if I should ever do this again. But then there was my climbing partner, who never left my side and made sure I got back home to my loved ones. There too, I met two kinds of people. One who loves you no matter what, and other who judges you no matter what. How wrong I was to think I'll only have happy feelings. I realized we never come home with just one emotion.
Trust me. Listen, you don't want to follow through with this, okay? It's cold and unpleasant. Plus, have you seen the water nowadays? Ugh, super gross. Don't worry. You're not hallucinating. I'm really here. Now, if you could do me a favor and not, that would be great. And no, I'm not going to get my wings. What an inaccurate representation of us. The thing is, I can't get out of here until I stop someone from jumping off this bridge. Something about facing my demons and being altruistic. Whatever, right? And that's what I thought until I got stuck here for 20 years. And it's lonely. No, wait, okay. You're gonna make me do this thing? All right, fine. Goodbye is such a bad word. We should stop telling people goodbye. I know we should live our life like it's our last, but what good is it to live in constant fear of dying? Whether you believe it, someone out there is rooting for you. Oh, the more I repeat this speech, the more stupid I sound. Who was that? Doesn't matter. Pick it up and tell them you're going home. And you call them in the morning or soon or whatever. It's gonna be okay.
With the first step that he took, all of the earth was consumed. With the second step that he took, all of the sky was consumed. And now, Vamanan looked at Mahabali as if to ask him, where do I place my third step now? And what did Mahabali do? Mahabali offered his head. We pick one flower petal, dip it in water, and place it on the floor to create a beautiful pukul. A kolam has always adorned the threshold of the house that I grew up in, as if to welcome every being that came home. Bent down at her waist with the kolam powder pinched between her thumb and index finger, a kolam is the first thing Tati would make every day in the morning. And on special occasions, my mother would make an elaborate kolam with kolamavu. As soon as this runny paste of rice and water would dry up, birds and ants would come home, and so many afternoons have I delightfully spent just watching them nibble away at the kolam. Today is different. There is Rojapu, Chembaratipu, sunflower, Vadamalli, Pavaramalli, leaves of many shapes and sizes. Tati and I have just created a beautiful kolam of flowers. Because today is that day of the year when holding his palm leaf umbrella and twirling his moustache, King Mahabali will be coming home.
Hey, where have you been? Hey, missed you at the party for the newbies the other day. Yeah. The usual meet and greet, you know how it is. Oh, and get this. Someone actually asked me, where is home for you? I'm like, seriously? I know, right? So anyway, I answered him at the moment, but then later I got thinking, where is home? I mean, for me particularly, because my life has been so nomadic. I mean, when I think of home, I think about that time when my dad was stationed in this remote village and my best friend was a goat herd and his goat. Or, hey, you remember that time we ordered too much booze in the restaurant and didn't have money to pay the bill. And poor Neeraj had to use the cash given to him by his dad for textbooks. Oh man, what a night. Coming downstairs, finding my dad on the couch, asleep. Or so I thought. Life just gone in a flash. Getting that call about Sandy's stroke. Holding my kids for the first time. Hey, can I call you back? I'm getting a call from home.
Mom, we need to talk about Grandma, about her wanting to move back to India. I know it's breaking our hearts that after 25 years, she wants to move back to that home, back to that old, worn down house with no friends, no family, no doctors or hospitals nearby. I know, it's breaking our hearts and it's so hard to understand. But here's the thing, Mom. Just now, Grandma and I were looking at some old family albums, and this photo of her fell out. She was leaning against the door of some house I didn't recognize, with her sari and her sindoor, her bangles, you know, her classic look. Oh, Mom, I wish you could have seen her face. The way it just lit up when she saw that photo. And I know you think this decision of hers is about running away from her home here with us, but I think she's running towards a home that we don't yet understand, and we need to ask her what home she's dreaming of. Look, I know, Mom, you've already been hurt by the things that have been said, but if we don't go talk to her, how else are we going to help her be in the home that she wants to be in for the last years of her life? No, I know you think she doesn't want to talk about it, but she does. You see, when we were putting those albums away, she was telling me how much she deeply regrets that she never asked her own mother any questions about the places that she called home. What do you think, Mom? Should we go talk to her?
Hey, you there. Shall I just hear they're serving Waterdeep's finest rum here at the tavern? Really? Well, I certainly must have some then. I'll be on my way. Say what? For pirate captains and crew only? Well, that's just outrageous and exclusive and utterly convenient. For I happen to be the first mate of the most feared pirate captain in all the land. Captain William Brownbeard. So, I shall be going then. What's that? He's here? He exists? I mean, he's inside. Right now. Well, of course he is. Why wouldn't he be? I shan't keep him waiting then. Yes? You want to meet him? You're a big fan. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be? Well, he's not much of a talker really, and he really doesn't like surprises, so, I tell you what, I will let him know you asked. Now, where can I find that rum? On the right, talk to the barkeep Timmy, drop 15 gold coins. Excellent. I'll be going then. Did you just say 15 gold coins? Turns out, I'm feeling quite generous today. Tell you what, why don't you buy a round for the captain and one for me for my troubles? I'll see what I can do. Perhaps get his attention for you. You'll do it? Well, come along then. 2 of barkeep's finest, please. Oh, you're a tall one. You're out of rum? What do you mean you're out of rum? Where's all the rum gone? After everything I just went through to... Now, where's what, Captain? Oh, right. Captain, he must have gone to the head. I'll just... Oh, you can hold on to that. Stay there. I'll go look for him. Just for you. Right. Oh, but I really like that hat. So long!
445? Oh, I love reminiscing about 445. That home, standing there proud at 72 years. You know the first thing Baba would do when we'd visit 445, right? He'd buy at least 3 backup tube lights. Because the number of times we've broken those tube lights on every single level of the house. And he just knew what would happen when we, the Mad Cousins gang, got together. Hey, by the way, you can admit it now, you were always so scared to go up to the 3rd floor all by yourself. Yep, I'm talking about the time that I played that prank on you and I sung that creepy song. And I bet those stairs are creaking so much more now. Okay. Those stairs, they remind me of that 1999 calendar on that stairway wall, which nobody bothered to change until the August of 2001. I guess that's when we all started getting busier and our families just dispersed. Okay, time for a little secret. 1998, we were, 9 years old, I think? You wanted to play trump cards one afternoon when I was visiting. Yeah, that game about all those wrestlers like Hulk Hogan and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and everyone. And you got Big Show's card when distributing the cards. Yep, the guy that weighed 500 pounds and pretty much made anyone win. I quietly snuck that card and I hid it between the stairs on the 3rd floor. You were so mad and you were looking for the card all day long. Okay, relax. Oh my God. What? 445 is going to be broken down? Oh, we need to get that card out.
So, you're finally home. I have to tell you, it's a little overwhelming that there are 2 of you. Your dad and I have been calling you T-Bats. It means 2 babies at the same time. When the doctor told us that there were 2 of you, I told her she could fuck right off. But then your dad said, that's a family. But of course, he did not have to push the 2 of you out of his vajayjay. We gave him a scare, I think, your dad. When he followed you to the NICU, he wasn't sure I'd be alive when he got back. And then when I was, they sent us home without you to get some sleep. But we didn't sleep, we just sat and stared at the 2 empty cribs that you're in right now. You must have been so scared. You didn't even have each other anymore. But 2 weeks later, here we are. You're home. Can I tell you a secret? I'm worried that I'm gonna be awful at this. Like really, really awful. And you 2 deserve perfect, and I'm not that. I don't even know if I'm feeling the things I'm supposed to be feeling or if I'm not feeling them because I'm so scared that you might. The day that you were born, I'm sorry, was not the best day of my life. But I think today might be. Because today, you came home.
Hi! Are you okay? What's going on? Do you need a hug? Okay. Can I tell you something that I do when I want to feel better? Okay. I see you have paint and brushes. So first, I close my eyes. And then I think about everything that I'm feeling. And then, I open my eyes. And then, I write down what I'm feeling. And now it's time to paint. What's your favorite color? Mine too. Okay, now I go. Oh, no. There's no need to draw within the lines. There's no right or wrong. You do exactly what you want to do, okay? Good. You're asking me if it's done? Honey, remember, done is done when you decide it's done. Please don't let anyone decide when you're done, okay? Is that a smile I see on your face? Oh, you want to hug me? Of course, Payal. Let's hug.
This is not a run from third to the plate, or a ship coming into harbor, or a steel beam finding its place in a new building. This is my coming home. Home of my childhood, my adolescence, my young adulthood. From where I fled as a world-weary and came back as a world-weary cynic. This is where the family unit existed for 20 or so years, until one by one we drifted or fled, until there were just the two, carried on for another 20 years. Then there was just the one. And now they're gone. And all that's left are the memories, the things, and the stuff. To be divided and scattered and thrown away. Souls that once filled this place are gone. Some no longer shining, others making their own memories with their things and their stuff. It is a circle, and I was happy to be part of and really didn't know it. I hope someday my offspring will be happy to have been part of it all when they, for the last time, come home.
I am home. I am home, in love with you. How can you let go if you never grasped? How can you detach if there are no two? How can you abandon the one who is you? Are you listening? Didn't you chant love, love, love every single time you made love to me? Didn't you say, I am the goddess? Well, you are the laziest god I ever saw. When you were talking of Krishna leaving Radha, I saw Shiva claiming Parvati. You say let go, detach. Well, that's why I wrote this poem, for you to know. Can Radha ever come home to Krishna? Can Parvati ever detach from Shiva? Can you ever fall in love if you are love? Can you come home if you never leave? I'm home. Are you? Don't look away. I'm opening my heart. Don't close yours now. You stripped away my last bit of armor, the one that was separating me from my highest desire. Don't put yours on now. Blinding you from the depths of my heart, blinding you, keeping yourself from receiving gifts of fullness. Untie your lover's falls. I am the final way, for I am yourself, out here simply to play. I am here. When you remember your substance of stardust, your molten lava fire, your still space, your union with me, your love unconditional. I am home. Are you coming? Coming home?
My boss is a megalomaniac. And I think you know this. He's your brother, the real estate extraordinaire, and you're the one who told me I could trust him to mentor me. I thought I could trust you, so I could trust him. But here we are, 6 years later, and I'm at a crossroads. Do I quit? Do I leave? Do I kill the man? Do I kill myself? I'm not a violent man. I never chose to be born. Every woman I meet tells me I'm out of my mind for even having these violent thoughts. But how am I not supposed to have these violent thoughts if I trust a man unconditionally to put my self-interest before his self-interest? After everything I've done, all the dirt I've cleaned up, all the people I've had to kick out of their homes, and now he's asking me to do this? I'm not a violent man. And all I can do now is put the blame on you, because you're the one who told me I could trust him. But I love you. You're my dad. I'll always love you. Sorry I'm such a failure. I'm trying to get over myself. It's the noise. It's crawling in my mind. It's playing games. Can I please just come home? I'd be in real danger if you leave me alone like this. So can I please just come in?
Why live? I mean, life is the greatest gig in the world. You can eat at Wendy's, go for a hike, do whatever you want. Okay, you are right. Killing yourself does solve all your problems. I mean, it can even solve all the world's problems. For you, you know what Camus said, right? There is only one important question. Why not kill yourself? Did your father mention your great-grandfather to you? No? Well, he lived an interesting life. He was a doctor, but he was also a lieutenant, and he served the British Army during World War II in Burma. You know, when the Japanese were about to take over British India? Yep. It was like the show in MASH. And your grandfather saved lives of British soldiers, and he took a lot of pride in it. In fact, he thought he was white and Scottish for some reason. Anyway, he got injured and he was let go in the middle of the war. And he hated that, leaving his friends. Many of them died in the war. And he went into this serious mental crisis, contemplated suicide several times. But things changed. He got married, my dad was born, then your dad was born. In fact, fatherhood runs in our family, so, Well, heartbreak is hell. I totally get that. I've gone through it myself several times. But life is long. And there are at least 16 flavors of ice cream you haven't tried yet in salt and straw. Do you know what their latest is? Blackcurrant with rosemary and horseradish.
Which floor? Sharon? Hello! It's been ages. The last time I saw you was 16 years ago. That's because I haven't been working here. Remember riding the elevator together? I was a real mess last time. That's because I had a job and I didn't want to leave. How could I? Walking down Seattle downtown, everybody knew me. How could I leave and go to a suburban city, the boondocks? How could I survive? Well, I did leave and I survived. In fact, what a ride I had. I worked in the mayor's cabinet. I turned that city around from a blue-collar town to this vibrant economic hub. The best part, I launched the first DEI initiative. Yeah, it was great. But then 2020 happened. The murder of George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter movement. These were not headlines. My world turned upside down. I faced discrimination, racial bias. They even threatened to sue me if I said anything. It was toxic. But I couldn't leave. Well, Sharon, they say life is an elevator, ups and downs. I got a job offer. But the strange thing is, I was afraid. It was in a big city, and I didn't know if I could take the change, move into a skyscraper, take a high-tech elevator. Finally took the plunge. I'm here now, riding this elevator with you. I guess they say home is where the elevator is. Oh, I guess this is your stop. Let's have coffee.
I find myself thinking of you. I cried. My bittersweet nostalgia just highlighted how easily treasured relationships could and had come to an end. I remembered how each and every minute with our people felt like I was a puzzle piece that had found its complements, found a place where it truly fit, where I truly fit. I flipped through the pages of a faded photo album that dated back to around 50 odd years ago. I saw smiling faces lit with jubilance, grins that shined brighter than the stars we counted together, staring up at the sky that night in August. And I sang of days of youth, running in summer through grassy lawns, dancing in the pouring rain, laughing with our childhood friends, those we had once spent hour after hour with. I lost myself in my memories, and in a strange sort of way, I found myself. I'm sorry, I suppose. 31 years, that's how long it's been since I last visited you. To think, you once locked your hands in mine and called me your very best friend. I didn't forget you. I just let your memories fade. I didn't erase you from my life. You just didn't quite stay. And is that really my fault or yours? It's tragic, but can you blame me? Didn't you do the same? When we were together, it felt like I was coming home. And even now, when I stare at this headstone that says your name, all that remains, I feel the same. So I'm putting away the photo albums, for no matter where they go, you will always stay. And then one day, I will see you again, and it will feel like coming home. One day.
You hypocrites! Stop this drama about coming home and get out of your anthropocentric bubble. Not everything has to be about you. Look at you, you are so confused. Of course, you were expecting a human story. My bad. I'm so sorry. But my home happens to be your body. I don't believe it. You are still in denial? Okay. Let me make two things absolutely clear. First, yes, I am a virus. Second, the earth is not just home for you. It's for everyone else's too. What? What? Stop looking at me with contempt. When you humans wiped out 2/3 of the world wildlife in just the last 50 years, you did not bat an eyelid. And that's just one example. I mean, I can go on. World wars, nuclear catastrophe, global warming, forest fires, you name it, and you guys have done it. And you have the audacity to blame me for what is essentially my job description? I am the nature's recycler. I am the population control agent. Through death, I sustain. A difficult word for you to comprehend. But through death, I sustain life. FYI, if we viruses are not there, you humans are not going to survive for more than 2 days. Check it. You're not going to get it. Just remember one thing. Ultimately, you are going to die. And once you do, you're going to come home to us. And then we will just devour you. Slowly, but surely.
No, you listen to me, Ma. I'm tired of spending my life trying to find a home in someone's heart, in someone's mind, in someone's likes, and in someone's bind. My dreams, they define. My mind, they control. My success is their likes, and my life, just a fucking scroll. Do you remember, Ma? When I was young, I was very shy. But you always said, beta, say hi to this uncle, that auntie, put up a show. No, don't you go. Their approval is important, don't you know? That's where it starts, Ma. That's where it begins. Children, be nice to others. Be kind to others. Be there for others. Love your others. Live for others. Others. What about me, Ma? Do you even see me, Ma? Am I just a product of others, or is there more than that to me, Ma? In this world of Insta stories, virtual friends and ghosts, my self-worth comes from the likes I get and the lies I post. Who knows the true story hidden deep within my heart? Who's going to peep inside to find the secrets in the dark? Will you, Ma? Or them? Don't worry. I won't ask you. This is something I must do. They can't complete me because I was born whole, with the universe inside me and my reach to the North Pole. So today I refuse to live for you and for them. Selfish it may sound, but that's really the best I can do. Because if I can find my inner voice, I'll be lost in their noise. And if I can't love myself, loving them will never be a choice.
I hate landing. Excuse me. Can you grab that red Timbuktu bag as well, please? You know what? It's okay. I will take it when everyone gets up. It's just that I have to change my clothes as soon as I get off the plane. If my aunt sees me in these clothes, she'll get a heart attack. Oh, Misha, you've become so American in these 5 years. We live in a joint family. My grandmother, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, my aunt, my uncle. They're very traditional. They won't like I'm single again. I had a breakup recently. The list of questions everyone will ask me will be so brutal it will drip blood from my ears. Oh God, it's getting so hot in here. You know, they don't even like my job. Yeah, they're very excited about their girls studying and working in America, but your father always wanted you to be an engineer and you draw stupid cartoons. It's my job!
Suddenly I feel like I'm going to an interrogation and not my home. Do you feel home when you're home, sir? Sixth sense of mothers is faster than speed of light. Hey, Mama. Yeah, I'll see you outside. Yeah, I'm coming home. Everyone is gone. I think we should go now.
Talking about misunderstandings. So back in India, a friend of mine got really upset with me because she thought I didn't acknowledge her or return her smile. I did smile. I'm fairly a nice person. I am. Okay, so what happened was 2 days before that, I was diagnosed with Bell's palsy. It's like paralysis, but for one side of your face. So my friend saw only the right side and thought I wasn't smiling even when I was. I couldn't eat pizza, not even cake, for months because the right side of mouth was drooping and they forced me onto a liquid diet. I know. So I couldn't close my right eye. So my roommate would put this ridiculously funny pirate patch so I could get some sleep at night. I was not even able to raise eyebrows when someone shared like a hot gossip. But I think the hardest part was not being able to smile, not being able to recognize my own face. I mean, our face is our unique identity. We carry our face, our body, wherever we go, whoever we meet, or whatever we do. I mean, even if I'm traveling the world, this body is my permanent place until I die. Yeah, so with lots of physical therapy, electrical stimulation, and tons of steroids, my condition did significantly improve. You probably can't tell the difference, but it is there. It's like remodeling a home, but in my case, it was my face. Anyways, how was India trip? Will you please stop looking at my face?
Hi, Dad. You look so small in that hospital bed. Is that how Mom looked when I was born? Is that why you hated me all your life? You know, they say you can't hear me, but I know you can. Can't you, Dad? Just like when I was a little boy, I would come running, all excited to play with you. You just sat there and ignored me. Why didn't you talk to me, Dad? I was just a 5-year-old boy. I should have been there on your lap, with you laughing at my joke, hugging me hard. But there we sat in silence. Now I try so hard not to hurt my kid the way you hurt me. But we sit in the same silence. And I can see his mind racing, Just like mine used to, Dad, remember? You never accepted him, but he will be loved. More than you ever hated me. Just wanted you to know that.
I hate moving. No. Hey Google, turn Fluffy on. No, stop it! Stop flickering like crazy. I told you I haven't decided yet whether I'm to take you with me to the new house. It's a brand new place with hardwood floors and overhead lighting. Lamps like you don't go with the decor anymore, na? Oh, hello, Medusa. Why are you laughing? This $13 lamp was all that was keeping you alive in this dark apartment. You should be rooting for Fluffy to come along with you. How else will you survive in Seattle, huh? Granny armchair. This stuffing coming. Never mind. Please tell me what to do. I promised all of you that this place, apartment number 12, would be the last one. And even if there was another one, we would all always be together. I won't leave anyone behind. Granny, what if I could get you a companion to sit in the den with and reminisce about your good old days? What if you and I, Fluffy, can build an indoor Zen garden and a new generation of plants? What if I had the space here to have a really fancy, non-modular, mid-century elm couch that I didn't have to dismantle every time I moved? What if I could hammer a nail in that wall without breaching any rental agreements? Permanently hang all these photos. Or maybe I could rehome all of you to someone who was feeling really alone in their space. In a new city, a new country perhaps? Or what if one day we could all find a house that we could call our home?
You know, Lisa, when I was little, I used to go to the beach with my family on the weekends. And I still remember, I always looked at the ocean and just wondered, what lies beyond? Just what lies ahead? I wanted to see all of it. And so I went. I traveled and I moved here just so I could see what's beyond. I even remember that one day when I just felt so free and so happy to be able to live my dream. But then, pretty soon, things changed a little. There were a lot of low moments when my thoughts were clouded by fear. It even turned my curiosity into judgment and my imagination into this harsh reality. My anchor, my loving family was miles away back home. I just felt so alone. You know, yesterday when you asked me about finding the one, someone to spend the rest of your life with, I could only think of one thing. Find someone kind and empathetic, Lisa. In those low moments that I just described, it was Roy's love and kindness that was my ray of light. And I'm sorry I could not be there for you yesterday because this is not an easy topic for me. You know I've been hurt in the past and it's not easy for me to let someone in. But now, having traveled and lived alone in a new country, I've come to realize one thing, that love and kindness keep you going. It was Roy's love that gave me the courage to believe in love over fear. And when I did that, Lisa, I was able to open my heart, let him in. That's when I felt a calm. That's when the clouds of fear disappeared. And in that moment of love, I came home.
Girl, I am so sorry, I can't. Not that night either. I know, I have rehearsal that night. I know I say that a lot, don't I? And I do miss you too. I hate missing out on fun stuff like hanging out, but you see, I make these sacrifices because going up on stage and performing is sort of like coming home for me, you know? How did it all get started? Well, okay. When I was little, my mom decided that I needed vocal music lessons. She was convinced that I had the voice and the talent that needed nurturing. I went initially mostly as a chore to please her without really rehearsing at home or doing any work at home. But when I went up on stage for that first singing performance and received words of encouragement and appreciation, boy, that was satisfying. I guess I enjoyed the attention and the spotlight. I didn't think much about it then. I mean, it wasn't even a real stage, just a tiny room with 4 or 5 people around me, some sort of a student showcase or a competition. But then, since then, I've been singing and been part of bands and theatre and drama over the years. Just one small occurrence years ago that has fueled a lifelong love affair with the stage. How's that for dramatic? It's not that I'm never ever nervous before performances or have no stage fright or anything like that. But as I reflect on that moment years ago, it was probably a big moment. I see my mom's face beaming. It was that pocket of time when I felt I possibly had something to share by getting up on stage and performing or singing. Something that possibly brings happiness to others, I hope anyway. I know it brings happiness to me, and knowing that my mom would be proud and happy makes it all so worth it, you know?
It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. Football, you know, the game where most of the action involves kicking a ball with your foot. It was 1996. England had finally left the doldrums of the 70s and the battles of the 80s behind us. We were united in a common goal. Getting wasted, no worries, see our friends, see the sights, we're all right. And then along came our anthem. It was about football, but it was about so much more than football. Years and years of her had never stopped us dreaming. I mean, we were the home of empire, the home of the once and future king. We had been lowered to less than we were, to less than we deserved, and we were going to take it back. Oh, don't worry, we don't mean nothing by it. We're only joking. We're just being dickheads, really. And then the teams start winning. An exuberant goal from our dickheading chief, Paul Gascoigne, gets us going. Then we destroy the Netherlands. Next, we beat Spain on penalties. Then comes Germany, the old enemy. But we're ready. The whole country is bouncing. Years, no, centuries of hurt Suez can suck it. William the Conqueror can do one, because we're going to smash them. The whistle goes. Shearer scores in the 3rd minute. We're going to murder them. But then they score. And we don't. And we don't. And we don't. And it's penalties again. Southgate steps up. And we're out. It's not coming home. We're still hurt, and there's nowhere for that hurt to go. And if you're one of the people that thought it was just a joke, well, now you're in the wrong, because the politicians are saying we really do need to take back what's ours. You know, push the foreigners out, regain that sovereignty we've already got, make England great again. What they built just didn't feel like home. You know what I mean?
Hi, Dave. Come here, Dave. Come sit with me. All right, let's take a deep belly breath together, okay? You know the ones where when we take both our hands and we put them on our belly and we inhale, everything fills up like a big birthday balloon, and when we exhale, everything gets all squishy again. There you go. Let's take another one. You know, Dave, when I open my eyes and look into yours, I'm home. We're home. It feels cozy here. Have I told you lately just how proud of you I am? I see you taking out time for yourself to write, to reflect, and better understand, to be, just be. Okay. Wiggle your toes with me. You feel that? I'm grounded in you. It feels good to be nice to yourself. It feels safe when we're patient with each other, when we let ourselves feel. Really feel. You can count on me. Sure, the words might not always come out right, and sometimes we might wander off, misaligned, off-centered, tight, uncomfy. But if you look a little deeper and listen a little more closely, I promise you'll always find me, Dave. I breathe easier knowing you're here with me. Everything's gonna be okay, I promise. Still here. I see you both moving as one, having sex and making dirty babies like yourself. You disgust me! I'm not scared of you. I've been hypnotized. I am not afraid of you! I'm gonna cut you both down between your two bodies. You're gonna try and run away, but I will hunt you down and I will cut you into pieces. And then I will burn you. And I will watch in glee as your dirty little bodies crackle and sizzle in the flames. I will transport you to space where your ashes will scatter into nothingness. There will be no trace left of you. You dirty, fucking little cockroaches.
Okay, so some history about the house. It was built in 2007. I know, it sounds old, but it's just experienced. And we moved in pretty much right away. It was a really great time for us. You know, we had finally found some stability in America, a country that was very far away from the rest of our family. Well, except for that one uncle in Canada that a lot of Indian Americans seem to have. What's up with that? How many square feet? Oh, yeah, probably enough. That's the entrance, the bathroom, the stairs. Sorry, closet,
another closet, the living room, kitchen, the fridge. Oh, the funny story about the fridge. One holiday weekend, my mom stacked way too much food on the shelves, and the next morning, they just cracked. We knew there was a limit. The warranty. Yeah, you're gonna have to call the Whirlpool guy about that. This is the patio. Gorgeous, right? Oh, that stain. Yeah, we actually thought it was blood at first, and but it wasn't. No, my very passionate father confused paint with stain and left quite the mark. So what do you think? Do you love it or what? What? Why aren't you saying anything? Okay, I know I made this house sound like a mess, but it's not. It's not. I'm just not ready to move on yet. Oh my God. This is why they hire professionals to sell your childhood home. I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm gonna go call a realtor and reschedule all of this. Yeah. I'm fine. Yeah.